But Lucas, we ask all of our guests here at the Caffeinds Cast, once I stop clipping, what have you been grinding this week?
Definitely moments of triumph. I saw we have a lot of raids we got to get done. I've unfortunately had to do strikes again. Not my favorite activity, but it's for the moment, so I'm gonna do it. I got like 4 done yesterday, and Peter was there, and he heard me, having a good time with it.
I think I was in Discord for a little
Yeah.
bit of that. I think I caught the back end of that. And Peter leaving, I think. Shout outs to Hero Gorgeous in the chat. How about you, Perk?
I know that I put down Betty Davis eyes on our thing because I wanted to make a terrible pun about Savathun eyes. But I'm working on the Savathun exotic. I know everybody got it like Monday and Tuesday. I kind of threw it to the side because we're gonna get into it in a minute. But one of our dearest clan members is still in need of the Anarchy exotic. I have been blessed with it. Now we have a way to endlessly grind for it. So I have the checkpoint for the boss. We ran up a full run, and we actually taught Queen how to do the raid. And aside from dying in the Sparrow part, we didn't wipe at all.
We would have done flawless. Like, we got to take Queen on every raid from now on.
I was gonna say she's good luck.
She is good luck.
But so we ran, I think six was our total runs, and we're trying to get that Anarchy. So the reason that my grinding was kind of off to the side is I wanted to make sure those raids. I wanted to get X Guardian his Anarchy, or at least have as many chances of it as possible.
Yes.
So for me this week, this is all about raids, getting the Savathun eyes for everybody, getting just whatever we're doing for Moments of Triumph in general, all that stuff, because we're going to come up on Solstice in a bit, which I almost forgot even was going to be a thing. So I'm glad I remembered that. So we definitely, Moments of Triumph is what I'm going to do with Moments/Savathun eyes.
All about the shirt grind. For me, there's also, I really dove deep into the new narrative content. I got spoiled by, I think, like a lore video that the data mined what happens to the 4 vendors that you talked to throughout that. So I wanted to see if that was just happening, like if they just blew their load, for lack of a better term, in week 1, and they didn't. It seems that the evacuation quest is going to be an ongoing thing, and I think we can jump right into talking about that. I've really actually kind of enjoyed doing evacuation. It was, I said it earlier in chat, it was like perfect amount of tediousness. Like, it personified to me, like, this is the Destiny MMO equivalent of like, go kill boars, get boar skins, return the thing, and didn't get old as compared to some of the other quest lines we've had.
I would agree with that too. I actually accidentally started doing that quest thinking that it was the one for the new exotic. But I was just like, hey, this is not too bad. Like, this feels like we're going and we're doing the stuff. I wish there was a little bit more vocal narrative over the top of it, kind of like when we were in House of Wolves, where we had Petra like talking to us as we were doing stuff.
Right.
Some of that stuff, like we were checking in with each vendor. It's nice to kind of like have that final, like, hey, like, the ships are here. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we should pack up. And
someone goes to the jukebox in the Tangled store and starts playing Closing Time by Semisonic.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of it, honestly. Like, it gives a good like feeling. I really liked that they started with the whole 2.5 hour like voyage of the Almighty crashing behind the tower. It feels like the world's a little more like alive, I guess, now, and that's something that they've always kind of like worked to try to do. And obviously we love Destiny for its lore and things like that, but we are pretty much everyone's always gripe was like, give me a little bit more of that life while I'm doing it, like stuff like that. I love these weekly story quests where we're actually down on Io on that little mounting plate, so to speak, that I call it, for the traveler, like where it last touched the planet. And it kind of feels like we're building some new traveler-esque thing or something like that, like the trees having like leaves and stuff. It's
Yeah.
dope. It's really cool, and I like kind of what they're doing with it, and I know I'm kind of like encompassing the whole thing. But I think this season's kind of a hit, right?
Yeah,
That's the big
Yeah.
thing.
it's definitely the like you see like the pillars starting to be placed for the world building that seems like is going to actually happen, which I think is going to be pretty cool. To actually see all that and see, well, what happens next? We have ideas of what happens next. There's speculation about what happens next, but I'm just super excited to see what happens next, because one of the things I've always wanted in Destiny is I want more story in game and not have to go out. And I mean, I love going to see videos online and everything, but I'd like to also be able to get some of that in the game, so I don't have to go out to find a wait, why did I do this? Oh, this is why. It's cool, but
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
110%
Yeah.
agree with you, and
Mhm.
I feel like our clan's pretty much all on
Mm.
that same page too. It's like
Mhm.
we love how much there is, and I really appreciate the other content creators and stuff that kind of come together
Mhm.
to do these little things. I was talking
Mhm.
uh,
Agreed.
with a good
Yes.
friend about I was showing him light.gg, which is a great utility if you haven't used it. And I always used it basically to check the possibility for rolls on weapons to see what perks come on them and stuff, which is great. And you have like a little voting feature and stuff
Mhm.
that's on there and stuff. Um, but I noticed because I hit the homepage for it, I was like, oh wait, it's a Friday, and it showed where Zur was and what the roles are and everything that he had in Zur's inventory. And I was like, the fact that Bungie made this API is awesome. And we're
Mhm.
going back a little bit forth on it. And he was mentioning that like, why couldn't this just be in game? And honestly, it's a little bit interesting to me because like it could be in game and it could be simplified a little bit. By the same token, it would have taken a lot of development away from other stuff. And it would have taken a lot of man hours to do it.
Mhm.
And I kind of do like this open, like this just the API that they created where it's like, hey, you want to make
Mhm.
something? Here it is. Here's the data. Here's the stuff that you can use
Mhm.
in
It's
whatever
very
way
nice.
that you think would be, memorable. Since we're harkening back to D1, I remember every Friday there was someone who tried, like, they were trying to guess the loot that Zur would have to show up on Fridays in D1 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it kind of gives that.
Oh, right. There
It
was
feels
somebody who
like
was, yeah.
a coming around,
Mhm.
coming to fruition of all these little things that we did have. So I like all that stuff.